Hey everyone. Okay, mic was off. Second chance. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Irma, and for the month of April, I thought do some live streams for Camp NaNoWriMo to get some productivity in. My personal goal is 25k, and yeah, Tuesday evening I was streaming and I was like, well, if I try hard tomorrow, maybe I can get to 25k. Let's just say I didn't. Not because I didn't have any inspiration, but mostly because I'm not used to streaming, to writing in the afternoon. So on Wednesdays, I have half a day off, and I always try to start writing, and I always, always fail, which is pretty sad. I really love to write in the evenings. And well, for here in the Netherlands, it's 6:30. So I just had dinner and now I'm ready to do something today. I feel motivated because when I come home on Wednesday, I work at a primary school and then I get home. My boyfriend is still working. So I decide to go up here in my uh, little library writing room, hobby room. I don't know how to call it, but I always say it's my room. But I sit here and then I start to process my day. And also because of COVID, but normally my work days are pretty hectic, pretty full, pretty busy. So when I'm finally home, I decide let's just re-roll everything. And I can't put that off. That's just who I am. And sometimes I get great ideas while sitting here, but it's not good for my writing. So I tried to write the whole afternoon, didn't get much in. Then we had dinner. I played Pokemon Go, and there was a raid hour. So I was with a few friends at a very large distance. So we're all like 6 feet, 2.5 meters. 6 feet is 1.5 meters, I believe, but everyone is like 3, 4 meters apart, and we're chatting a bit. But it's very nice just being out, being with some friends and other Pokemon players. And after that, I got home and I was like, well, I spent all afternoon trying to write, didn't work, but I motivated myself again, and then I write over 1,000 words in an hour, maybe even less. So, what I decided was don't try to write on Wednesday afternoons. I love it when people say, oh, it's morning, I'm writing, or it's afternoon, it's in the afternoon, I'm writing. Sometimes I can write in the morning, but only very early, like around 6 a.m. or even before that. But writing in the afternoon, no, it isn't for me. So I said I wanted to get to 5k yesterday. I know that I'm not going to make it today. Maybe it's my goal to get there before Saturday, but we'll see. So, how my writing streams are going at the moment. I have these cards. There are fortune telling cards. There are uh, cards with all kinds of numbers on them. So let's pick the top one. This one we had a few times ago, I believe 2 live streams ago. And it has a 17 on the top. So we'll do a sprint for 17 minutes. Now this also has a picture. So let's take this one. It has picture and it has some explanation to it because they're fortune telling cards. And because they're in Dutch, I always read them in Dutch first because they are poems, pretty weird poems telling you the future. I never tried fortune telling. I don't know how I got these cards, but I think they're cute looking. And then I try to translate it for you. Then we'll put up the timer and we'll start. So that's something that I also want to do today. And let's see, I opened my Word. I'm writing in Word. I normally always write in Scrivener, but when I'm doing NaNoWriMo or Camp NaNoWriMo, I always choose to write in Word for some weird reason. Maybe it's because I think Scrivener is a bit chaotic with my word count and I'm not understanding all of the tools. The last thing is the most of the problem. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm burning this candle. After this, I'm going to pick a card and we're going to start. It's from A Book is Flickering. It's very cute. It's a small soy candle. And this one is called Reading Nook. But I decided I really like to write to cinnamon smell. And this one has cinnamon buns and vanilla smell. So I put it on last writing sprint or the one on Saturday. I can't remember. But I lit it and I was sitting here thinking it smells okay, but it doesn't smell that strong. Because that woman said, "Oh, this is a very strong scent," and I was, well, I'm not sure. And then I entered the room the next day. Holy crap! How could I ever sit in a room that smelled so heavily? I just didn't smell it because the scent was just coming very slowly. And then I didn't burn it because I went to work and did all that other stuff. And I got in the evening, and even though the window was open, you could still smell the candle. It smells really nice, so that's something that I appreciate because if it would smell horribly, I probably couldn't use this room for like 2 or 3 days. I was going to pick a card. Now, I always just pick a card at random. I hold them like this and I think, oh, I want some on the left or the right. And normally, when I do this, sometimes, not normally, sometimes my sister is here, Mika writes with you, and she always complains that I get cards over 30 minutes. Every time she isn't around, I get cards like 7 minutes, 5 minutes. So I think she isn't around. I think. Don't know. But I have the first card. This is a pretty long one. So, whoa, don't know if you can see it. This is what's drawn on it. And it's 24 minutes. I already said that. But I'm going to tell you first in Dutch, then in English. Hart. Van goedheid en van liefde is het hart de klare bron. En het is op het levenswegen de blijde, warme zon. So let's translate it. Heart, it's your heart, and it's portrayed like the laughing, not the real human body heart. Body heart, yeah. But it says, from kindness and love, this heart is the clear source, and its living ways. Yeah, are like the warm and happy sun. Okay, so normally I read these, I'm confused for a bit. Now again, I'm confused. I'm pretty sure that I'm not the one who should start telling fortunes to others because people will actually think I'm crazy. I'm going to change my banner and then we can start writing for 24 minutes. I will put my audio off because when I'm doing a live stream, listening to a live stream, and someone else is constantly busy or even typing, just being doing stuff they need to do, I'm a bit uh, um, too much focused on their typing and their doing. Some people just take some animal and start petting it, and I'm not writing and I'm looking at an animal. Yeah, you can definitely distract me with animals. So we're going to do 24 minutes. And you see, we're doing a bit of a longer writing sprint, and there's my sister, Mika writes with you, and she says, "Hey everybody." And I say, "Hey Mika, thank you for being here. We're going to do a 24-minute writing sprint. And don't shoot me. Last two times you weren't here, and we had very short ones. So we're going to do this. I'll see you all in 24 minutes. Write hard, and good luck." Time's up. So, first word sprint was going pretty good. I'm checking how much that I wrote, and I wrote 760 words. So, I didn't expect it to be that much. I thought it would be around 500, so I'm happy. Oh, I'm clicking way too much. I need to be here. How did your writing sprint go? Are you happy with the amount that you wrote? Um, this one. So that was going pretty good. Let's see. Dude says, great, I wrote around 600 words. Nice. And Mimi says, I wrote 247, but I'm editing, so that's fine. You were editing? I believe last time we spoke, you said you were writing on something. I can't remember now. I really thought you were writing on something. And I see, yay, Sam is also here again. Hi, Sam. Welcome back. But yeah, uh, I'm curious, Mika. What are you editing? For me, I was writing uh, a different a scene in the first part. There was a lot of negativity, and I like to write that stuff because my character feels very awkward. And in the second part, she was being very happy. So, in my story, my main character is pregnant from either one of those two guys. They both know each other. Uh, quite a drama. It's fun. I think it's fun. She probably doesn't think it's fun because she wasn't even planning on having kids. So, but they've both found out a few days ago in my story, and now they want to show that they're good fathers, and they are seeing her from time to time to show that they would show up if they ever got a kid together, that they can be held accountable. So pretty weird, but pretty fun to write. And I'm really happy that I always thought that my character, my main character, Imke is her name, she would ban both guys out, but now somewhere in my writing she decided that she would favor one of them in the beginning. At the end, she will like them both and feel guilty because she's afraid one of them isn't the father. But for now, she's just being nicer to one than the other. I don't know why. We'll find out. Let's see. Mika says, I'm editing my chapter to upload it. So I know, Mika, you are on a website and you write your stories for there. You have a lot of followers there, a creepy amount of followers. So I think that your viewers, your readers will be happy again because I saw some of your comments and yeah, they're really happy with you. And Sam says, that's awesome. I was stuck for a little bit with a scene I'm working on, so only 398 words this time around. And Mika says what I wanted to say, every word is one, Sam, and that's still a good number. Yes, I totally agree with you, Mika. When you're stuck in a scene, you're just so, sometimes you're so hyper focused on it that it's just hard to get through. And when you're finally at the I get it moment, you can sprint right through it, but getting there is mostly the hard part because we're writers, we probably overthink way too much. It's fan fiction, you can name it. I know it's fan fiction, but still, you have quite a lot of followers and they're so happy. I wrote some of your comments. You showed me some of your comments, I believe 2 weeks ago with Easter, and I was like, if I ever finish a book and publish a book, I want people to be quite as happy with my story as they are with yours because, well, they love it. I'm going to shuffle my deck again. Check what we're going to write for now. They will be. Ah, thank you. Pick a card, pick a card, pick a card. It's less than the last time, but still, we're going to write for 21 minutes. And we have this card with this picture, and it has a mountain on it, and the card is called Berg, which is the Dutch word for mountain. De berg, dat is een vijand, die brengt u in verdriet, indien geen trouwe vriendschap u kloeke bijstand biedt. And now I'm thinking, I don't even know what the word kloeke means in Dutch. Oh, damn, they make such weird sayings on these cards. But the mountain is the enemy, it brings you sadness, and that when there's not a true friend uh, standing close to you. 21 minutes. And Sam says, thanks. Yeah, I definitely overthink things. I saw that in your video. Oh, I wish I could outline like you and really think about stories the way you do. That's definitely my goal after I'm finishing this one, to make an outline and make it very thoroughly and nice. And yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to because your outlining method, it just looked so great. But yeah, then you're probably overthinking when you're writing. I understand that. 21 minutes on the clock. Yes, I'm really happy. Mostly happy because my workday is over. What was the word in Dutch? I couldn't hear it. The word in Dutch was berg. Or do you mean the word that I couldn't understand? Kloeke. I think it comes from kloek, but a stupid word to use. I read these kind of things and I'm like, who would put something like this on a fortune telling card? I think that one day in the future I'm going to get these in English because I don't have to translate them anymore. So that's something that I'm probably going to ask for my birthday or something. 21 minutes. Dun 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 dun. My screen is loading. Sounds interesting. That's something to check out after this video. I love outlining techniques. Yes, Sam's video, she shows how she did her outline the last few years, if I say correctly. But she has all these cards and stuff, and she works with Campfire, I believe, just like you do. So I'm not that great at outlining with computer and cards. I always write everything in one place, and then I can shuffle it. But I think you will find this video interesting, Mika. I thought it was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. But we're going to write because I know what you're going to do. You're like, oh, I'm going to write, and then you're like, I'm going to check out this video. I know you. First writing, then you can check out the video. So we're going to write. Good luck, everyone, and I see you all in a bit. Time's up. Whew, that was. It felt like a longer one, even though it was shorter. Let's check how much I wrote. I saw something nice in the comments while I was writing. 698 words. Not in the mood to count them together. So first my total word count. If you hear a weird sound on the background, I think my neighbors decided to go vacuum right now. So I'm sorry for the noise and the zooming sound. I'm not vacuuming, they are. And well, at least they get a clean house. Let's just put it on the positive side of things. So, over a key already. So, whoa, lot of comments. I see them popping in right as I say let's write. So, let's just say I try to ignore them. I see them, but I always think let's just try to not react to them because then I will not only get distracted, but you also get distracted. Sam said, I wish I could get words down on page like you do. Yes, I'm pretty happy that I have a very fast writing pace. When I was younger, my mom forced me to get a typing lessons. My uncle was having a program where they started to give typing lessons to children, and even though I was a year too young to follow this course, he said, "Well, she can do it." I hated it. I definitely hated it. Going there every week and sitting there. I never did my homework. I always was lost. I really didn't like it. But I learned how to type slow with 10 fingers. And then we got MSN, and I got so fast with typing that now I can almost go as fast as my thinking speed. And Mika says, I get you, Sam. I'm always jealous at her word count. Yes, we write together sometimes, and I know I'm a lot faster than Mika, but, well, quality over quantity. Sometimes when I read back what I wrote, I'm really ashamed because I'm a teacher's assistant. I work at a primary school. I teach the children how to use the Dutch language, and then I make writing errors and grammatical errors that are just really sad. Dude says, I tried to get above 500 words this sprint. I hope it worked out for you. Uh, Mika says, good luck. Dude says, good luck. Sam says, good luck. And now I'm lost everything. Yes, here. And then I saw this one in my corner. And the last time I saw Bucky, he was around here. It was, I believe, the first day of Camp NaNoWriMo. He, we talked a bit about what he was going to do for Easter. I know he was visiting his family. So, how was it? Did you have a nice time? And yes, you were my distraction. I thought, oh, he's back. Nice, nice people. And yeah, that was a moment that I was like, yay! So I decided to give my main character a yay moment also. Let's see. Dude says, hey Bucky, I got 512 words to sprint. Nice, so you hit your goal. And then Mika says, I had 148 this time, but I'm over editing one sentence. Haha, where are you stuck at? Maybe we can help you. Maybe other people can help you. My English, definitely writing isn't the strongest. Sam says 348. Nice, very well. You go! That's what editing is for, Irma. Yes, I know. I know. But, well, Some writing errors are just way too awful to make, especially when you're working at a primary school. That's what editing is for. And Bucky says Easter was great, had lots of fun. I hope you did too. Yes, we had an amazing Easter. It was very busy. That was the main problem of that's the main problem of every holiday, but uh, it was very nice. We had brunch one day, and so the day before I made some stuff for the brunch. I made a brioche, and I believe meatballs with tomato sauce. And my sister Mika, she made spare ribs. Oh, I love spare ribs. Like she says, yes, and lots of food. So that was my first day, and the second day we went to visit my mother-in-law. She was there the first day. We were with my family and my boyfriend and his mom because his mom had a car accident 2 months ago. It's already some time ago, but she is just recovering very slowly. So my parents said, "Yeah, let her come. Don't let her sit alone the first day of Easter when she can do anything she wants." So it was very fun. Second day we went to visit her. She ordered Greek food. I'm really not a fan of Greek food, but it was a very busy but very nice Easter. And 2 days later, Mika was celebrating her birthday, and we got even more food. Really, I once said a long time ago, I believe it was during November, that I was going to start a diet. And I tried it for a bit, and it is going pretty okay, I think. I'm not going on a scale. I just want to get the gyms open again because that's where I want to know how much I weigh. But that week and the week before, when my the sister of my boyfriend was getting married, I feel like I ate so much in 10 days, 12 days, that if I see how much I ate, I would probably still not be eating today. Ooh, I love Easter eggs. I do too. Mostly the chocolate ones, but just having a nice cooked egg when they're so nicely colored, that's something I also like. When we were young, my mom always let us paint the Easter eggs, and then we put them at our back door at night, and then the Easter bunny would hide them. So we get our own painted eggs back. Even though that was a very weird story, my sister and I really believed it. And every time I'm hearing people tell, "Oh, we're going to search for Easter eggs with the children," or the Easter bunny will come by, I always think of that. It's a very fond memory of me, and also a very stupid one. But because we did that at our home, we did it at our grandparents' home, and even the Easter bunny took eggs from my parents' home to put them at my grandparents' home. Yes, and we weren't suspicious. Probably tells you we were very stupid as children. But at least we got our own painted eggs, which was fun. Congratulations, Mika. Yay, you were. How old did you cut? 27, I believe. You become old. And now Mika says paasfabriek, but I believe it's paasvereniging. So Eastern in Dutch is Pasen, and my sister believed that she that the not at some point my parents told her, well, Santa Claus isn't real and all that stuff, and then my sister said, oh, so Easter will be organized by an Easter company who try to entertain all the kids with Easter stuff. It was a very weird idea of her. So not yeah, mommy and daddy are buying you your gifts for. We don't celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Santa Claus, which looks a lot like Christmas. But yeah, It was very weird. She was like, well, these people are organizing this for everyone. We're going to pick a card because I'm not going to tell only family stories today. You're getting KFC? I'm jealous. I haven't had KFC, I believe, in 2 or 3 years. Let's see, what did we pick? Oh, we picked a card for you, Mika. Yay! We're going to write for 10 minutes. And we have this thing on the cover, so some hay, and yes, let's think. How do you call this thing from um, death? I'm going to Google Translate it very quickly because I really don't know. But in Dutch it says zeizen. Ovrees wanneer de zeize dicht om u heen komt te staan en hoopt dat goede omgeving het kwade zal verslaan. So I really need to translate the word zeizen. Size? Well, Mika will correct me if I'm wrong. I know that she's very good in English. She writes in English also. I only write in. I don't know what I'm writing. Um, so it translates to fear when the sights are coming near. Hope for a great environment that will defeat the evil. Fun card. Very fun card. Ah, yes, the Dutch word is zeizen. Mieke, maybe you can help me. I thought it was sights, sights. Okay, I can't even pronounce this. You can tell everyone what I meant. This thing, you know, where and death is walking with it. Like, wow. That thing. I'm not sure how. I found how it's written. I don't know how to pronounce it. But we're going to do 10 minutes. I, I'm also jealous because, well, KFC delivers at your place. 10 minutes on the clock. You can't write with dirty fingers, so keep a napkin next to it. We're going to write. I wish you all. Yes, this. Sickle. No. Sight. Yes, this. This word. Don't know how to pronounce it, but this is what I meant. Thank you. I'm going to put a timer on. We're going to write because I'm babbling like a baboon at the moment, and well, we need to start writing again. Let's check. 10 minutes. Good luck, everyone, and I see you all in a bit. Time's up. Whew, short one, this one. I really wanted to get my last sentence in, so I was like, I need to get it in. 341 words. That's an acceptable something. Oh, I'm almost at 2K for this day. Uh, nice. And that brings my total word count to 2,323,000. Where it is. Let's put this screen on first. That looks so much nicer, so much relaxed when there's not a timer saying you need to write for this long. Let's count this again. 270. So let's see. A lot of good luck wishes. Mika says thank you. I blacked out. Yes, I'm very happy that I have some other people in chat who know a bit about the English language. Um, Bucky says 297 good vibes. I think that's an emoticon, but I feel you. Nice. Very nicely done. And Dude says 183. So I know last time you were trying to uh, get some things figured out, and then you needed to rewrite some stuff. Are you done with that, or are you still trying to rewrite and get the information right? I know that when I'm checking things out, so I need to check out what you can see on a 20 weeks echo when you're pregnant. But yes, I think I will do this sometime in the future. Mika says I wrote like 50, but I always have trouble with transition scenes. Yes, I know some people write all the headlights first and then they write the stuff in between. But when I hear that, I think when you have all these nice things, how can you stay motivated to write those transition scenes? I understand you. And you're also eating, so that makes it a bit harder to write, I think. And Dude asked a question, how is your story going, Bucky? I can remember you had an interesting story. So now I'm thinking what you were writing about. Did we know? Didn't we know? Maybe Dude knows. And he says, I still need to improve some things, but as you said, get the words in first. Yes, I understand. NaNoWriMo is for writing, and all the other ones are for doing research and getting it right. It's going pretty well, actually. I really like where it's going. How about you? Oh, I'm interested also. What I think, I'm not sure, but I think Toot is confusing Bucky with someone else. I'm not sure. Or I can't remember what he's writing about. If that's the case, please tell me again because I'm really ashamed that if I can't remember. I try to remember these things because I notice that people who are not only in my chat but in chats, they always have some very interesting and very nice stories. So I always try to remember something because you only tell a small part of your story, and I always get some weird idea about how it's going in my own head. But I believe you're confusing him with K. I'm thinking, what was his name? Something with a K. Mm, I wrote it down somewhere because I know I wrote down blah 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 had a very interesting story about an 11-year-old boy with a fish, with a pet fish. I know he told that. So I think you're confusing Bucky with him. But now I'm curious what Bucky is writing about. It's kind of an urban fantasy about creatures in a college setting. I know that I haven't read that before because that sounds that sounds pretty amazing. And what kind of creatures? Are we talking like fairies or witches, or more like centaurs and what other cool animals do I have? Oh, unicorns. One of my students came to me today and said, I know the Latin word of unicorn. And I was like, why do you know this? But Latin is his interest, and he's so cute. Kid is so cute. Afiki kid. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes I keep throwing Dutch words in. Can't help it. Tutsa's also going pretty well. Nice. I don't think I've told you guys yet, but I'm not sure. That's great. I think that was on Toot, also going pretty well. And then Mika asked, "What is it?" I think you're talking about the word for unicorn. I can't remember. Uni something. Fanicon, I don't know. But well, I talk to you about my student sometimes. You probably know which one it is, but he is trying to become better in Latin. And every day or every 2 days, it's just how his mood is a bit. He comes and tells me something like this. So yesterday we had a discussion about who wrote it better, J.K. Rowling or Tolkien. And he was like, "Well, I think Tolkien's idea was better, and J.K. Rowling's told this and this." And he's very, when he reads something, he's very focused and remembers all kinds of stuff that I'm like, I read Harry Potter for so many times. I never finished Lord of the Rings, but I watched the movies way too much. I can't remember that this is either in the books or in the movies. And then he comes with a fact, and I'm like, okay, you're right. He's always right. I love that kid. He's amazing. Let's see. Like all kinds, my main character is a mermaid. Oh, mermaids. How do they go to school? Okay, now I see that. Sometimes when they try to make that funny joke when you have these mermaid suits where you can swim in and people are hopping around, that's what I'm seeing for me. Hey, I'm going to school. Jump, jump, jump. But it sounds really interesting because you have all kinds of creatures with all kinds of abilities. Oh, nice. I want to read this. This sounds great. Yes, I know. It's a disappointment that I can't remember. Let's see. Some more nice comments. Sorry, I was disconnected for a moment. I got 256 words in this time around. Nice. And Bucky, that sounds interesting. Yes, I know. Oh my God, Bucky, that really sounds interesting. This is something that, if you're ever going to publish it, I want to know because I need books like this on my bookshelf because I would probably be hyped and overthink it, but it sounds great. Um, Bucky says thank you, and Mika says, Sam, what are you writing about? My main character is called Sam. Haha. Underground water system, but it's hard for her. You definitely thought this through. I was seeing some kind of sad mermaid, or that thing that they do with SpongeBob with that helmet with water. Nicely thought of. That's probably the reason why I really shouldn't start writing a fantasy. I really want to. And if I see what kind of great ideas some people have, like this one, I'm always so jealous. And the best thing I can come up with is a school of witches. And then I'm like, that's Harry Potter. Never mind. I'm shaking up the deck already. And then we can do another sprint. Hopefully, I can get to 2K today. Oh, and this is an important one. I let you know. This is one of those books that I would read if it's in English. I have some books in English, like my Harry Potter series. I have them in Dutch and in English, and I have some other books. Mostly got those books from other people. But when there's something that really sparks my interest, I'm like, okay, I will read this in English, or even read it in German. My German is very bad, but when it sounds interesting, I really want to try. Spill a writing sprint. Let's see. This is the shortest one. This second to shortest one we can get. 2 minutes on the clock. It's we had this last time, I believe. Can't remember. But it's klaverbladen. Die mooie klaverbladen melden geluk dat blijft, indien geen wolkgevaarte er dicht langs heen drijft. So klaverbladen are clovers, and it says the pretty clover leaves um, uh, announce happiness, but they don't do it when there's a cloud drifting through, drifting drifting close to it. That's it. I know that there's a card that's called clouds, so I think these cards are connected when you put them on the table. But 2 minutes. Whoa. And then one point I'm like, it's silent, and then there's like pew 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 pew. So much messages. I think you get them before I get them. I'm so glad people like it. Yes, it's so creative. That's mostly the thing that I like about it. And I write in English, so if you're ever going to publish, let me know. I want to read it. And Dude says, my story is a bit of a cliche. As I don't write too often, I went for a detective story. I want to avoid not having an idea of what to write. So, if you're writing a detective story, is it like someone trying to figure something out, or is it someone who's just working for the police and trying to solve murders and stuff? I know those books are really up my alley. I have way too much books. And Mika says detectives are fun, Toot. I agree with you, I definitely agree. And Sarah says, haha, that's great. I mean, I'm a little biased, but it's a good name. I am writing a portal epic fantasy about a woman in her late 20s who ends up in a fantasy realm searching for her. Ooh. Another fantasy story. Nice. I love that people always can write fantasy. I believe fantasy is one of the best genres, and I'm really jealous that I'm not that creative. Kidnapped daughter. The daughter is actually a new element that I added because I needed a better motivator for my main character. Yes, that's something that I can understand, even though I don't have kids. If you want to get a woman motivated, well, mostly children are their everything. So that's a very good motivator. I think most women would die for their kids. So I think it's really relatable for everyone. And Sam says, dude, I like detective stories. Sometime. Yes, your stories all sound pretty great. Whew, it sounds like I need to read more and then read more of things that aren't out there yet. And Mika says, "Oh, I love that. There are not enough books about young mothers in fantasy. Also, new elements. Sounds awesome." I can't remember if I ever read a book about young mothers in a fantasy story. A lot of stories about young mothers, but nothing in a fantasy setting. That's a good one. And then a lot of other text. Let's see. Sam agrees with, I think with Mika, but can also be with Toot. I don't know at this point. Do you publish online? Or are you going for a novel? That's something I'm interested in also. And Mika says, if you ever need a beta reader, let me know. This sounds awesome. Yeah, both of these ideas, all three of these ideas. I love detectives. And I love fantasy. So both all three of these ideas sound awesome. But I'm going to put the timer on 2 minutes because you people are way too interesting. That's most of the problem with doing writing sprints online. You meet people who are so interesting and have such nice stories that uh, I just want to know what you're writing about. But uh, need to get my own words in. I see you all in a very, very small amount of time. Just 2 minutes. Good luck. Time's up. I just need to change one word because annoying me. Yay! Oh, music off. 53 words. After everything we've done so far, it feels like not enough. But that's probably also because, well, we don't have had a lot of time to do this writing sprint. So I'm at, and that makes my main word go. Twee, 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 vier. I believe it was this one. Oh, nice. Let's see. Whoa, lot of new text. Um, I was going to put on my nicer screen. Yeah, so this. I'd love to have you beta read. I'm currently writing my first draft and do plan to self-publish it as a novel. Are you from America? I believe you were. I believe you were. Is it hard, really hard to get an agency there, someone, an agent or um, publishing company to help you publish a book? Because when I hear it here in the Netherlands, I believe it's not easy, but it's also not that hard as I hear people from America talk about it. Maybe it's because you have way more people, so also way more writers. Mika says, awesome, I'm serious. When you're in the beta phase, I would love to read it. And I'll reach out to you. So, Mika, I believe you've done this before a few times for online stories and doing a complete novel. Definitely something this interesting. I can understand that you're happy now. 10 words. Oops. Yeah, you were here dealing business. I get it. I know you're just like me. When you see something that's amazing, like this story, you're like, well, first need to react to this and then write. I got it. Haha, I got two sentences in. Yes, it's. I don't like to write for 2 minutes, but hey, it went pretty great. Bum, bum, bum. I hope that I can get to 2K today. So another 150 words. Well, that should be easy if we get at least a card of 10 minutes. And after that, after this card, I think I'm going to close off because tomorrow I have another day at work. And this weekend we're going to visit my, not sister in law, but my boyfriend's sister. They moved and they're at a new house, so I'm really happy to see them again. But I need some energy because we're going for a long walk when it's not raining. We're going to do this one. Maybe I can get to 2K today. We have this card, 7 minutes, and it has a snake on it. And that's what the card is named. Slang is the Dutch word for snake. De slang is iets afschuwelijks. Bewaak uw lijf en goed. Voor valsaards en verraders. Wees immer op uw hoed. Op uw hoed? So, snake. The snake is something horrible. Protect your body and possessions. For evil, uh, for liars and evil, uh, be aware. Verraders is traitors, so for liars and traitors, be aware. I think that's a good one for my story. But Mieke says one more than me, one more sentence than you had. And Bucky says I had to finish my sentence, but I like these shorties. I like short writing sprints when they're over 5 minutes, so 5 to 10 minutes, I'm okay with that. But more than less than 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm going to write. Oh, I'm done already. Sam says, yep, I'm from the US. Traditionally, publishing here is competitive and it takes a long time. There are also a lot of changes going in the publishing industry right now. Yeah, I heard from some of these bigger YouTubers that I follow that they also saying that, well, I'm going to self publish because it's not doable here in the US. I believe that's something that I can be lucky with because here in the Netherlands, you have a higher chance, I believe, uh, to a publishing agency. I think there's a downside on living in the US. Dude says, I used the 2 minutes to get coffee. I'm jealous. I'm really jealous. Not that I need to drink any coffee right before bed, but yeah. Maybe I will get another cup of tea after I'm done with writing for today. I'm just going to write these last comments and then I'm going to put the timer back on. So Mika says that's important as well, dude. I agree with you, totally agree. And Sam says, well, lol, coffee is necessary. It's a primal living substance. That was a very weird sentence. Well, I'm tired. I'm a bit done. For me personally, I feel self-publishing would fit my needs and goals better. I like a lot of control, hands-on planning, and traditional publishing doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room. Hmm. I think that's yeah also a bit uh, country different, but yeah, I get that you want to have your own control and your planning. I know that agencies can be really pushy to get you to get those words, so I understand that that's a problem. I wouldn't be too happy with it. Also, I think that what I heard from friends who already have books published, that it's okay to deal with here in the Netherlands. But I hope to find out one day for myself. And the last one, but it's also preference, I think. There are great upsides to self publishing and upsides to traditional. Yes, I believe money is one of the main reasons that I wouldn't want to publish self because you need to hire so many people, and if your book isn't selling, then I would get a panic attack. So, 7 minutes on the timer, last writing sprint, and then I'm going to go to bed. Good luck, everyone, and I see you all in a bit. The last one is done. So I'm going to check if I met my goals because the last writing sprint I was a bit confused about my own story. 261 words, which is acceptable, which brings me over 2k today. 2113 words today. Can't remember what I said. 13. Yes. Nice. That makes me very happy. I love it when I hit over 2k on a day. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Um, 3, 5, 6, 3. Oh, I'm over 23k. Almost at 24. I believe if I take some time tomorrow, I have my NaNoWriMo goal completed. Story isn't completed, but at least my NaNoWriMo goal is. Let's see. There was something happening here. Bum 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 bum. Mimi says, but it's preference, I think, though. I saw this. Upside to publishing both traditional and self. Um, More risk, but more freedom. So I think that's something that would concern me because I like to do this, but I'm not a very, oh, look at my book is amazing. I'm not that type of person. And I know even if you do the traditional publishing route here in the Netherlands, you have to promote your book and go to events and stuff. And I think I would feel very awkward. Totally, there are pros and cons to both sides. Having an agent vouch for you and not having to put forth the money for editing and marketing is definitely a perk. I believe that mostly the editing is, marketing is also pretty expensive. They're both pretty expensive. Let's see. Yep, and that freedom is more my speed. I understand that. I think that the idea of it's really your book and not the book you wrote with an bookseller, with a publishing place. That's also very nice. Let's see. I wrote 100. I forgot to write down my start. Around 100. Nice. Nicely done. Yay! I was able to get 108 words. I wrote 284 words. Whoa, that's a lot. Nice. Very nice. Today, I mean this sprint. I thought you meant this sprint. I know that you were writing more. You already had a lot of words in. You're going good, dude. Nice, very nice. Whoa. Um, I would probably like to self-publish as well, mainly because I write in a lot of diversity in my stories, which is sometimes not easy to get traditionally published. I think that the other problem for you, Mika, is that here in the Netherlands we don't have a lot of publishing agencies that go for English books. There are a few, but I believe most of them really want Dutch books. And I think that if you're doing the self-publishing route and like you have a lot of people who like your stories online, that it's easier to get them to the places you want them to get. For me, it would be I write in Dutch, so I want them to get the attention here in the Netherlands. But you write in English, so yes, I think that when you have people that are interested in your book, you can get them to everywhere. So that's a nice one. And you have that nice thingy. I saw some YouTubers who have books published on this that you can write something in the books and really connect with your reader. That's something that also sparks my interest. There are a few international publishers, I know. I think it would be nice if we had more here. For now, I'm going to close off. It's almost 9 o'clock here in the Netherlands, quarter to 9, because I'm one of those people who really likes to go to bed early. So this one I need next Tuesday. I will be doing a writing sprint online next Tuesday again, and next Thursday. And for this weekend, I think I will be in the chat of Kate Kavanagh. Every time I need to pronounce that name, it's going wrong. Kate Kavanagh, I think it's her name, because she's doing a 24-hour write-a-thon, and that sounds crazy, but it also sounds like a lot of fun. So she will be doing this on YouTube and on Twitch and also on our Patreon. But I think I'm going to try to spend a lot of time writing with her. Let's see, last messages before I'm going to close off. Yeah, that's part of what a lot of authors are trying to get changed over here. We need to see more diversity. Exactly, it's a good thing there's change coming. I believe I need to get more information about how it's exactly going in the US. I have a vague idea about what people are telling, but I'm not fully aware. I know that it's really hard, but I don't know much more about it. So, this is the end of my evening. Thank you for being here. I really enjoyed it. To be honest, I enjoyed the chat more than I enjoyed my writing. I see more comments. I want to react. I always feel so accomplished at the end of these. I've got work done and I had fun listening. Thank you, Bucky. I really enjoyed that you are here again. I was really happy when I saw your name pop up. So thank you for being here. You make me, I feel that I'm held accountable to write, and so you're making me write, and I probably make you write. So yay! To all of you, thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a nice evening. Bye!